Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woo! Wow, great energy today from the studio audience. Wow. What a beautiful day. Episode 76 of The Patty Show. Seasons of Strength. Seasons of Strength. Strength is kind of
really my key, but
no,
yeah, okay.
We'll find something. We'll practice that eventually. Welcome, y'all, to episode 76 of The Patty Show. You know, I'm your host, Patty Setiatti, and I have the honor of showing off multi-passionate people that I have the pleasure of connecting with that bring positivity to the world and share their personal paradise. Woo, man, that's a lot of P's right there.
A lot of P's.
Woo, man, it's hot over here. My guest, you can see, is on fire. We'll get to him soon. But I just want to give a huge shout out to our previous guest, my sensei, Robin Malo, rock star, Indonesian rock star from the band Puppen, Puppen, heavy metal. He has a huge thick beard, a great personality. A young dad. We're traveling to SF soon, so that's gonna be a fun little trip. But he talks about his life in Indonesia, traveling to Bali in the 2000s, which is crazy because first time I was in Bali was in like 2020, so the 20-year difference. We were talking about a lot of differences. Bali then, Bali now. I miss Bali. We got to go back. Man, maybe we'll take our guests to Bali for a special episode 100, maybe coming soon. Speaking of my special guests, guys. It's a long time coming. Finally, we could have the legendary. He is, okay, ready? He is the Chinese-Canadian prince with radiant energy, a beautiful laugh, as you can see and hear. A proud father that brings his passion to the acting, photography, and mental health worlds.
True.
Okay. A Pisces sun.
I'm a Pisces.
And Aries moon?
Yes.
Come on now.
Like Rihanna, by the way.
Like Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Period. My fellow prestigious brother. Give it up for JC Lee. Yes. Thank you for coming to the Patty Show, man. I am so grateful to have you. I'm so glad we connected. But if you could share your background, your hobbies, passions, and how we know each other. The floor is yours. If you want to do it in song too, you can.
In song, I'll think about it if I'm inspired. So how do I know you, Patty? Well, we met on a set of a commercial that we signed an NDA for.
I know,
so
sorry,
we're not going to do that. But
yes.
it was really fun, and we had a fun time.
Shout out to the whole cast, everybody.
Crew.
We were there for like 2 days,
and
amazing. It felt so like good. So fast in the like best way possible.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was
as a Pisces, I'm big into the arts. I really like, art, music, acting, drawing, painting, all of that. So that's really what I do in my spare time. In my day job, I'm a shrink. I'm a psychiatrist.
There we go.
Yeah, so I can prescribe. I think of myself as a psychotherapist. Although sometimes patients are like, "But you're doing psychotherapy." I'm like, "Yeah, I do do that."
What are the differences, by the way? I was curious because there's people that say like you can be a psychologist, a therapist.
Yeah.
Like, what are the different differences, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really like sort of different training. Like a psychiatrist is kind of like the iatros is like the Greek for to doctor, and psyche is like the soul, right? Versus like ology is like the knowledge of. So like a psychologist is like someone who's very knowledgeable about the soul, and then a psychiatrist or iatros is like the doctor of the soul. But really, I mean, pragmatically speaking, what it boils down to is I think we're sort of jacks of all trades. We often get training and exposure in different types of therapy, like cognitive behavior therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, and we're also able to sort of prescribe on the go.
Oh my goodness. How did you get into that field actually? Because your background, what's your background exactly?
Yeah, well,
Canada, right?
Canada,
right?
Sorry. I'm a Chinese-Canadian.
Yes.
So yeah, how did I get into that? I mean, it's a very familiar story. I turned 16 and I told my parents I would go to Taiwan and be a pop star because I really like to sing. And they said, "You are our only son and you're Chinese, so you're going to be a doctor." So I went and I became a doctor. to satisfy mom and dad. And honestly, within medicine, I felt like psychiatry, being the art of medicine, was kind of like what drew me the most.
There was like some parallels with like your passions too. Okay.
Yeah, and sort of just like understanding people, using language as a mode of healing, using different means to kind of help people along the harder seasons.
Oh my God! And you said you were an only child?
I am an only child.
Okay. Did you have any cousins though growing up, or
Yeah, I had tons of cousins I was very close with. I think probably 3 primarily on my father's side that I grew up with.
Oh my God! Are they also all kind of like in the medical field somehow?
Well, one of them's an electrocardiologist. He does a lot of like pacemaker.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Stuff. And then the other one is an HR kind of specialist, talent acquisition, talent development, and the other one is a business guy, and he talks about numbers, and I don't really understand numbers and money. I just like, okay, you do that.
You're like, I like when the money comes to me.
I mean, I understand that. It like comes to my bank account.
Shout out to the commercial world. That's what we love doing. What we were doing.
Yes,
but it was funny though, because the first time we met, we didn't realize we were in the same agency.
This is true.
And then here we are, connecting over here. How long have you been with Prestigious Models?
It's been about 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Yeah,
we might be in the same time. Yeah, I think
around
for me, July 24.
Oh man, you know the anniversary.
I know, I do, because it was a month after my birthday. That's how I remember it.
Got it. Okay.
I didn't have it on LinkedIn. That's
okay. You're very on it. Wow, I'm ashamed to say I can't. It was about a year and a half, 2 years ago that I reached out to him, and
no, it was it's been a blast. I think you're the first one on the podcast, so to many more, all the homies out there.
Many more.
I mean, that's the thing with the whole agency stuff. It's like there's so many people from all parts, because there's a lot of like New York-based actors too.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like killing it. I love seeing like the monthly post of someone getting. I'm like, yes, let's go. It's
the booking.
Yeah, even though like you've never met them in person, but you still like root for them. And I think this is the flower section of the Patty Show, real quick.
Is that what
we did meet on sets, but it felt like I've known you forever, man.
I agree.
Like literally, man, you just warmed up the room. I feel like,
oh my God,
like seriously, I'm serious. When we were connecting through our like different scenes, and even outside of our scenes, because there was like some times when we were just chilling. Yeah, I feel like we just connected like that. It's all the love, the positivity, passion, the pleasure, of course. And then like, that's part two. Part two right there. But you're so inspiring, man, and I love seeing you win, man. I saw a lot of your clips, which we're gonna talk about
the clip.
Eventually, all the reels and everything, because you do so much.
I do.
Seriously, I was listening to my research. I'm like, damn, it's been 5 hours since I've been researching.
Wow.
There's a lot of good, interesting stuff. But before we dive into the professional stuff, let's talk about being a papa.
Yeah.
Yes, man. How old is
my son is 7, going on 16.
Woohoo!
It is the singular sort of joy of my life to be his dad. He is super spunky. He is super scampy. He always has like a twinkle in his eye.
Oh, I love that.
Says things like, "Dad, you're so not cool," or like, "Dad, stop trying to be cool," or like 6, 7.
6, 7.
I'm episode 76.
76.
7. He would really.
He would be like, "Dad, why are you on episode 7, 6?"
Yeah, 7, 6. But he's really awesome. I am so embarrassed. Is that my phone?
Don't worry, it's okay. we'll let it go through. Is that your phone? Is that?
I think that's my phone.
Let's grab the phone. I got you.
I'm so sorry.
Here we go. We got a random number. Robocaller.
That is really
welcome to the past. We have, I think that's the radio call-in guest,
like
maybe.
the call-in guest,
Yes. But like I said, he does a lot of stuff. It could have been his son.
So thankfully it's
safe. We're all safe.
We're safe.
But yeah, so you said 7 years old, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's an energetic age.
It is an energetic age.
How do you keep up with all the movement? I'm sure because
I have to work out. I told him I need to lift like kettlebells.
Yes,
he's around X amount of pounds, and so I have kettlebells that are both within that range and slightly above. And I told him I want to keep feeling healthy so that I can carry him as long as he'll let me. I'm assuming he'll not want me to carry him.
Like that's not cool.
Okay? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pretty much, there was one time where I carried him to the front of the school, and he
Mhm.
saw his teacher, who he says she's the love of his life.
Oh.
And he said, "Put me down, Dad."
He's like, I'm a grown man, Dad.
Yeah, he said, "I'm a grown man," so I put him down, and it was like the first taste of like, "Are you embarrassed of me?
Are you growing up?
Embarrassed of me? No, I'm growing up."
That must be the worst feeling though, because I don't have a kid, not that I know of.
So great. Oh my gosh.
I might have to go back to Estonia.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
yeah, we'll cut that part.
Estonia.
There's a lot of stories over there. But what is it? I'm the oldest of 6, so my sister, she's the 5th one.
You're the eldest.
Yes, she's 10 years younger than me, and I used to take care of her when we were growing up.
Got it.
And she was like my daughter, man. When I was in 5th grade, so like now she's graduating this year from high school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's the same thing with the, oh, you're not cool anymore. Like I'm like, God,
no.
And then she teaches me all the like 6, 7 stuff, and I'm like, am I old already? I just turned 27.
Oh my God. Okay, just stop.
You're 28. You're 28.
Yes, I'm 28. I'm
28. Asian don't raise it.
Yeah,
say,
yes.
You know?
So they say.
What's the secret to stay so young though, man? Because
oh my God, to stay young? You think I'm young?
Yeah. At most 29. Come on now.
Oh my God. What is the secret? I wish I could say I did like sunscreen and I hydrated, but really I just don't. I don't think about it.
It might. I'm sorry. The genes definitely, impacted, but the movement, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Workout routine. How long have you been like working out? Has it been like when you were in Canada still, like young, or?
I think so. I mean, I think it was like around the time when I told my parents I would be a pop star, around when I was 16. Yeah, that's when I lost kind of my childish roundishness, my Harry Potter glasses, the shaved head. And I was interested in somebody, and so I thought I would get locked in.
So what was the workout routine before, like 16, 17? Walk me through that. I'm curious.
Oh yeah, 16.
I want to know this.
I mean, I don't know. I did like body weight push-ups, sit-ups. I had a pair of like 20-pound dumbbells that I would like.
You're just like my brother. Like shout out my brother Arnold, the one that was just
Arnold.
yeah.
Arnold.
He used to do the same thing, man. Like he loved Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
There used to be a poster over there.
Yeah.
But he had the 20-pound dumbbells also, or 25, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just
right.
Sorry, Mr. 25.
Okay.
But just spamming the curls, right? Just doing push-ups whenever he could and stuff like that. So. Well, it worked out for you because then you still are huge gym rats still. So stay active.
Yeah, I mean, I am and I'm not. I think I've called to a more like Spartan, like just the kettlebells kind of thing. And then I walk my dog all day long. I also have like an under-desk bike. Maybe I have a problem, but like when I see patients, for 7-8 hours a day, if I'm sitting in front of my desk on Zoom, I'll often have like a low intensity bike thing going.
Oh, really? Oh, so the little Oh my God! Where do you get that? Online or?
I found it on Amazon.
Shout out Amazon. Sponsor the picture. Don't play now. I was on an Amazon game show though. So
were you really?
Wishlist Games? Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Episode 2. Everyone check it out. It's a fun one. Yeah, you got to check it out later. It's a funny one. No spoilers of what happens.
Okay.
No spoilers. You got to watch that one.
Okay.
Oh man. Speaking of game shows though.
Yes.
Your YouTube channel feels like a game show.
Oh, does it?
I love.
God, I don't know if I should feel like
is that a compliment?
Is that a sideways?
I take that as a compliment because there's so much going on there. You got book reviews. You got one of my favorite series that is so genius. Everybody, if you're ready for this, Mando Minutes. Right? Is that what it's called?
That's right, Mando Minutes. Because I'm bilingual. 会讲一点国语.
Oh my face are how? Oh my God! Oh my! Is it? I'm so bad with my Mandarin.
Wow, you were like.
Try. Yeah. But that Mando Minute, I might need to watch those again because there was one. That's why I talked about the gym. You talk about the early morning workouts, right? So and that's usually what I train as a personal trainer. 5 a.m. personal trainer, Patty. At Patty Satyari Fitness on TikTok, Instagram. But that's why I like to tell all my clients, like, the reason people work out 5 a.m. is not because they want to.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Like,
the challenge.
But it's because the schedule's so packed. If you don't do it at 5 a.m., you're not going to do it at 5 p.m. when you're tired with the kids, with the work and everything. So the 5 a.m. Fun Fit Club, if you're trying to join, Patty's over here. Tell me more about that whole that series, by the way, the Mando Minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the whole like YouTube series like started out of a period of my life where I had just undergone. Actually, it was a pretty painful divorce.
Okay.
And then, of course, I was sort of midlife crisis in my 40s. Wish I was 29. Figuring out,
wait, 40?
what was, yes, 40.
JC, don't laugh. 40s?
So just thinking about what I wanted to do. And again, that kind of creativity, that kind of like passion for, I don't know, like psychoeducation or like sharing things.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
you blended a lot. Like, what's the name of the channel, by the way? So we don't.
What is it? I don't even know what it's called anymore.
I forget.
JC Lee MD, I think.
I'm sure you can find. Yeah, you can find it over there. But what I loved about it is like you blended every passion that you had into like the videos, and I'm like, okay, so there's like the the psychology aspect of it, and there's the fitness part, and then there's like the Mandarin, and then the performative because you're doing the videos.
Yes.
And then there's also some covers of some songs.
There are some covers. I like to sing. And in fact, there's a particular branch of like psychotherapy called ACT, where like one of the ACT,
is it an acronym?
And commitment therapy.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love all the acronyms.
Like, I know. There's so many acronyms.
We were just talking about this in the elevator. How like
USC, UCLA,
you owe me money.
Yeah.
You owe me money. On the Patty Show,
But within ACT, one of the ideas is to kind of hold our thoughts and our feelings in, like an open-handed manner, or to be able to be playful with them. Because, we all have that kind of like nagging, self-critical Asian mom or dad in our minds.
The tiger, helicopter parent kind of thing.
Like, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. And then to be able to just like, I don't know, clap back and be like,
ooh,
hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. I ain't got no service in the club, you see. What did you say? Oh, you're breaking up on me. And to sort of be able to say like, it's okay. You can have that thought. Just have it.
I'm gonna sing it out.
I'm gonna sing it out, or like sing to it, or like, have fun with it.
Yeah, and you can do that with like guitar, right? For example, or like any type of expression.
I'm not really great at but yes, anyone can do any kind of expression.
Like drums.
Oh yeah.
I thought you played guitar. I saw some of the videos.
I play a little bit of guitar, but I fake it. I play more so that I can
This is the deep
sing.
cut. This is the deep cut.
Yeah. I fake the guitar. I'm more of a singer.
Don't worry. I hear that was beautiful, by the way. A round of applause. Studio audience go crazy. Wow! Oh my God! Is that Lady Gaga? Gentleman Gaga.
Is that Lady Gaga? I love it. I love it. If only.
Gentleman Gaga. Gentleman. So I'm guessing that's your karaoke song. Is that your go-to?
I wouldn't say that's my go-to. I would say my go-to is either, something like Just the Two of Us, Bill Withers.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Or You've Got a Friend in Me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think I love. Okay, this was in college. Some of my boys were on the podcast, but we used to have a little commuter lounge area. I was a commuter student, so they brought all the commuters together for these events and stuff. So we always had like a karaoke night. Cause
that makes sense. Well, you're gonna have a karaoke night.
Of course, because also the commuter lounge is usually super diverse. We went to school majority white, so all the commuters were like, some from Haiti, Jamaica, Korea, all that stuff. So everyone just loves karaoke.
Yeah.
And our go-to song with me and my brothers out there, a lot of them were on the podcast, was My Girl, Temptation. Because you could have the multiple. Yes, you say. That one, yeah. I've got sunshine. That one's, that's a banger. Woo, shout out to the homies out there. I hope you guys are doing well, But yeah, we used to always, that was the go-to one, because picking a karaoke song, you also need to find the one where people kind of know the song.
Oh yeah,
because unless you try to do like a diva moment,
where
you like hit the Adele.
Nobody, no.
Karaoke is fun.
It's fun.
Exactly. It relieves all that stress and all that craziness out there. To go back in time a little bit.
Yes.
You went to University of Toronto?
This is right. So I went to the University of Toronto. So I'm Canadian, And, yeah, exactly. And so I went to University of Toronto. I did my degree in psychology. Then I went to med school at Queen's University, which is kind of in Kingston. It's kind of 2 hours east of Toronto, and did my residency back at the University of Toronto after that.
Oh my God. What's the vibe up there like, by the way, living there? Because I've never been to Canada at all.
Yeah.
So what would you compare it to? Is it similar to LA? Very different?
I would say similar-ish in the sense that there are people from like every nation, tribe, and tongue. Everybody. At least within Canada, Toronto is probably the most metropolitan, the most cosmopolitan in terms of the cities. but the scale is like, you know, 100th of what it's like here in Chicago. So I think back when I left, it was still possible, you know, to have tight-knit communities and to really sense that sense of belonging, so to speak. I would say that in general, and I don't know if this is like, hopefully ICE isn't out the door. So, but like, but like, I would say in general, you know, like, there's just a clear sense, which I know exists here, that everyone belongs.
I love
you know,
that,
like we all come from somewhere else, and we also come from here, and it's like a both and dialectic. It's not sort of these declensions of, you know, how it is.
I know, unfortunately, the politics and everything. Because I think the beauty of it is like we're all from different backgrounds, but in the end of the day, we're all humans. That's the one race, the human race. Everybody bring the positivity and all the good energy. Is there a reason why you chose that university and you didn't like go, you know, let's say abroad for your programs?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think up until then, I really was like, I had a singular goal to become a doctor.
You like get it done.
Yes, and so like
top star dream can still happen.
Oh, if only. I did audition for SM Entertainment.
SM?
Yeah,
like the Korean.
Because they looped around Toronto every year as well. So
oh my God,
they didn't get anything.
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of crazy stories about the whole process.
Yeah,
like the whole. I mean, once you get it, then there's like the training. It's grueling. I'm sure you've seen.
And then you may or may not debut.
Exactly, and you're like,
if you debut and you're a flop, then it's like sad.
Yeah, no, for real. How was the audition for you then when you did it?
I mean, it was crazy. I'd never done any like other auditions like for whatever American Idol or things like that. So it was a bunch of people packed in a huge, you know, gym like area, and they called you in one by one. Actually, it was like a line.
Yeah.
So they called us all in a line, and we got to see, you know, what the other people were doing, and I think I sang like a few bars of some Michael Bublé song.
Okay, Michael Bublé.
Yeah,
okay.
Canadiana, right?
So I forget he's Canadian. Yeah.
What they were looking for, but.
Okay,
They
probably want, like, you know,
that was very a poor choice.
Don't worry. But those are intense, those type of auditions. Because yesterday, actually, I did this audition for. Do you watch a One Piece anime by chance?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Okay, well, there's a character named Zoro. He's the guy with the swords. Yeah. 3 of them. So I auditioned for him because they're having like a Universal Fan Fest thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So I had that yesterday.
Yeah.
And let's just say it went pretty well.
Oh my God! Fingers crossed.
Yes, hopefully I get it. But it was so nerve-wracking because it was similar to that. We go into the room. It starts a little bit later because, you know, I always come early, but they always start like maybe a couple minutes later to set everybody up. Yeah. They do the measurements and everything, and I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, I'm like,
they did the measurements
because they need a certain height for everybody, you know. I do my measurement. I'm like so nervous. I'm like, 5. I won't tell you the exact height because I'm actually 6 feet tall, guys.
6 feet and counting.
6 feet and counting. You know, if I go up, it's maybe 6'1". But man, I was so nervous. I didn't know anyone over there. Most of the people knew each other because they did it already like last year.
That's crazy.
They do the lines, and I was telling my brother this, but we got like a little paper that had the sides. The 3 like other actors that were doing Zorro all memorized it, and I'm like, it's my cue to leave. I was like, damn, this is gonna be tough. So I ended up just reading off the thing. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna make it to the next round, you know. But then the next thing, they're like, okay, we're gonna have people come to the next round, or whatever, and they call my number 254, and I'm like,
nice.
For real?
254.
254. Look at that, 254. Then we do this whole group thing with everybody, and I get like a golden ticket thing, which God. Like they end up doing like the measurements. So it's basically confirmed. They just have to look at other details of like,
man.
So hopefully,
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
But it was so fun because you also get to meet a lot of creatives that are like, kind of like doing their thing, hustling, grinding. Yeah. And then when I connected with them on Instagram, we're like, oh wait, how do you know this creative? Yeah. That's the beauty of Hollywood, of LA, so nice. And like connects to us knowing each other, you know? Your acting dream, though, you did start a little bit later.
Oh, I did, absolutely.
You know, like that. Yeah, I thought you, but from seeing how you do your scene work and all the and all the self tapes and all the reels, I thought you started from the beginning.
Thank you. We had a very sophisticated scene that we worked on together. But anyway,
that's the tea. Once the
so sophisticated.
Once the NDA is done, we can fully flesh it out.
Yes.
But very passionate and physical,
It
let's
was
say.
very, it was a lot of physicality. Yes.
Yes.
You know, I definitely started later. I think I had a sort of slow burn midlife, quarter life crisis in residency. Yeah, yeah. So like residency, when I started, it was like, okay, we're on call, we're seeing patients on until dusk. And I was like, I'm still young-ish. Maybe I could still explore this. And so at that time back in Toronto, I did a bunch of like improv classes with Second City, which is like,
Awesome.
you know, similar to Upright Citizens Brigade.
Shout out to them,
like,
yeah, UCB.
Exactly.
I love UCB. I'm with them, yeah.
So that's where I kind of got a taste for that kind of scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And I conned my way into an agent.
Conned my way. Come on now.
I just said like, look, here are my photos. Can you please pick me? And that's where I was able to get on some commercial sets and just get like a little bit of a taste.
Yeah.
But it was always so difficult because it would be like, show up tomorrow for this audition at 10 a.m. and I'd be like, I have 12 patients booked. And,
yeah, I'm definitely working. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think now that I'm like a grown ass man, and I have like, you know, the ability to.
This is where your son gets it from.
Well, I mean, I don't know. But like, I think I am. I don't know, but you know, like I have that ability to sort of cordon off the time, and thankfully my patients have been really, really understanding and, in fact, supportive.
I love that, man.
So yeah,
I mean, in a field like, I mean, I'm not in the, you know, that space, but personal training is similar where like, you know, you talk to a lot of people, you hear all their stories, and you can like move people around, you know. And every time like I tell them, like when we had that commercial too, they're like, sorry, I have to postpone you because this is a big deal.
Oh yeah,
you know, big check too. Shout out, big deal. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll see you guys next week. It's nice to have like professions where you can kind of just move around, because with acting, it's like you never know when your opportunity is. It could literally, it could have been that call right there.
Could have been,
you know, for
which
the Avengers.
I forewent for this,
for the Patty Show. This is why we appreciate
6'7".
6'7", 6. But yeah, man. So the acting stuff though, when did you really dive deep into it? When you moved to LA, or did you like start a little bit more?
I mean, I think there were those like little whiffs in Toronto, and then when I came here, you know, after sort of the marriage fell apart, my time was my own, and I was really evaluating kind of what I wanted. And again, the midlife kind of piece is like, well, what's ahead? I've seen what's behind, and I kind of wanted to lay claim to more of that passion, you know, as you describe it. So that's when sort of I really doubled down, you know, started to get a setup for my self-tape, started to have like a crew of people who would help, you know, with readings, auditions, etc., and building my network.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that supports the creatives out there, because it's a lot of like random work. The readings is a big one. Like, you know, because it's like, you're like, can I just have you read for me real quick? And they're like, sure. But it is funny though, because sometimes you get some very passionate readers.
Yes, you know? You dominate the discourse. I'm like, and then you're like, just a little less.
Yeah,
possible.
It's like, I'm auditioning.
Yeah, it's my audition.
I want to get it. Yeah, I love you, but we don't want you to get the role.
Get behind the camera if you could.
I know. Could you, you know, or like the funniest ones are like the director readers. Like,
yes.
JC, I think you should add a little bit more chutzpah to it.
Yes, yes.
Like, thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
We love you. But
thanks for the feedback.
I'm guilty as charged though, because I've done that to some of my brothers. So
I actually find it helpful though. Often, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crappier actor than you. I just find it helpful. So, like,
I think it also depends on who's like helping read, and like if they're actually like they know what they're doing. Yeah, because it helps a lot. Like when I have my brother help me with the reads, it's so nice because he gets it, and like I trust in his like judgment and stuff like that. So it's really helpful. But AI has been helping a lot. I've usually used that sometimes in a crunch, because I think you know, especially with commercials, the turnaround is so fast. You kind of just want to send it before you forget it. Because it was, I think it was last week. I had like one audition in the morning, and I was like, okay, I'll do it after work is done. Another one at lunch, they pop up. Boom. And another one on the way home. I was like, yeah, I need to do all of these today before I forget, because it's like the wave is always so crazy. When it comes to that like wave of like auditions, how do you, I guess, always stay on, if that makes sense? Because you know, when you have like weeks where there's like no auditions, nothing, you kind of are just like on that brain rot, like, do I deserve this? You know, you question yourself a lot. How do you just like turn on automatically back to I'm JC, hear ye, you know? How do you do that?
That's a good question. I don't know if I've like consciously thought about that. I feel like these days, like if you know, I don't know, Sharon sends me like a couple of auditions, I'll sort of just look at the schedule and like decide for myself. Like previously, I think I would have been like, I have to do everything and I have to do this.
Yeah.
And there are just some times where I look at the dates that are, block off dates, etc. That I can't make. So if anything, I'm trying my best up front to kind of cull, not like pack.
Yeah, and don't let it take over you, kind of.
Yeah, and so I try to be like somewhat selective. Not that I have the luxury of doing that at this stage in this career, but yeah.
How do you like decipher which ones are worth your time, energy? Because I've also had to like I forget the words in English. Reject. I was gonna speak in Indonesian for a second. You know, the multilingual brain fart over there. But like like there's some like UGC ones that I'm like, oh, I don't really believe in that brand. And even though they pay pretty good, it's like, is it worth me like not fully, being immersed in that project, So I think that's how I kind of decipher it. For you, like how do you approach those things? Do you look at like the dates? Of course, that's a really good tip. You have to triple check the dates, because sometimes you could read it wrong and it ruins a lot of things. So how do you decipher which ones are worth kind of like taking and stuff like that?
I mean, I think it boils down, and it's so sad in a way, but there's a certain economic drive and reality, and I'm not like if I have a commitment to a person that I'm seeing, on a regular basis, I'm also keeping them in mind, and not,
of course.
So really, I don't know. I tend to err on the side of being more like stingy with the acting, if anything. But yeah, I think it's like sort of reading the breakdowns, looking at who's involved. If there's a particular casting agent that's like brought me in a few times, I definitely want to maintain or stoke that kind of relationship. So I might be more inclined to.
I see.
Say
Wow,
yes.
Those are the details I never even thought about. You're right, because after a while you start recognizing like what is it called, the sides, and you're like, oh, this is from X whatever agency or casting, whatever. You're like, oh, I've seen the format and something. That's wow. That's a good tip. Like, okay, I told you.
Okay.
Actor. Okay. I'm about to start.
I need to get your tips.
Oh, come on,
I'm not the one.
No, I like that. It's the details, y'all. You never know, because then you can also be like, oh, I remember I liked working with them. Hopefully, our people that had us, please hire us again.
Yes, please.
Please, we miss you guys.
We would love. That was an incredible
I know.
time.
That genuinely was like so much fun. Like,
it was really fun.
It felt like summer camp.
Yes.
In the best way possible.
It did.
And the whole crew, we miss y'all. You're gonna be on the Patty Show soon, all of y'all. Everyone is so busy though. So that's the thing with the whole acting friends and everything. Speaking of that though, do you have a lot of like friends that are in the acting space? How do you, and if you do, I'm sure you do, a lot of them.
You're my one.
Oh, only. I'm so grateful, JC. How do you maintain those relationships though? Because I feel like I struggle with the creatives out there. It's hard.
I don't know. I think it's really, for me, maybe because I'm old and crotchety, and I'm just like,
come on now.
I've come to accept that there's going to be some interpersonal distance between certain people at times, and then I treasure the ones that I can, sort of continue to foster those relationships with. I think gone are the days where I would text and be panicked, like, oh, they're not responding. Why are they not responding? And these days, if there's somebody that I really enjoy meeting with, like yourself, obviously included, like we keep in touch, and we see,
and we get on
that
a podcast.
Reciprocal kind of, interest is maintained.
Yeah, and it makes it easier to like. Thank you again for coming to the Patty Show. We're grateful. You made it so easy, because we had to obviously move stuff around because holidays, scheduling. But I'm glad we're here.
Thank you for having me.
That's the beauty of it. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing with the whole creative space. Because how long have you been in LA now?
It's been, well, I mean, like acting versus been in LA. I've been in LA since 2019.
Oh, before COVID, huh?
Yeah, before COVID. It was a year before COVID. So it was like we were just getting our bearings, and then COVID happened, and it was
goodness.
like totally isolated. So yeah.
Oh my! And then you started like acting more after COVID or during COVID a little bit?
It was kind of like at the tail end of when COVID was starting to lift, and I think what really made it possible for me was actually the switch to self tapes, the culture of like self tapes, because I wasn't living close to Burbank or downtown LA or Hollywood, so it would have been impossible.
No, that's wow. That's, I guess, it's a blessing in disguise over there.
Definitely.
And then you would have more like calls with your clients through Zoom then also, right?
Exactly.
Wow, everything kind of,
it all coalesced.
Wow,
it was this perfect kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you prefer the more like Zoom approach or like in person, or do you still do in person
for psychotherapy?
Yeah.
Therapy. I I'm not choosy. I know I definitely have my cadre of folk who will only see me in person, which I totally get. As far as I feel as a provider these days, I feel like it's a lot more seamless between the two. Personally, I have enjoyed auditions in person a lot more because there's just more feedback, even though there's not necessarily that much feedback, but at least you can kind of get a temperature read on the room versus
no, definitely
in the tape.
Because the tape's the problem. Oh man, this is just actor rant right here. It's like every time I get a tape is when I have like a big pimple, or like I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, are you kidding me?
That's when you get your Korean makeup and coverage, and just
that's it. Exactly. But it's just like, and then every single time the turnaround's even faster because it's like online. They're like, oh, we need you by tomorrow, you know? Because it's one thing with like the in-person auditions, they kind of give you, well, actually sometimes they give you. Sometimes the audition I had yesterday was like, come tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Right.
And you're like, okay, I'll be there. All the flexible scheduling and everything like that. What was the craziest audition then you've ever had then?
That's a
like
good
sticks
question.
to your mind.
You know, I didn't book the role. It was for a short film at AFI. That was, I would have played somewhat of like a Frankenstein or like a cadaveric, like kind of a person who was just in a coroner's office who came back to life. Yeah. And so I had to sort of play this like, oh, I'm back to life. I'm kind of, you know, semi-clothed or not clothed. And they had asked us to prepare a song. So we sang a song. I sang a song. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't get it. I don't know. Maybe my singing isn't that good.
Well, I'm just processing this whole plot. Like, what is this short film even about now?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be really cool. I mean, the director, I'd worked with her before. So yeah.
Well, you also did have an audition today, though, right?
I did.
Okay, and you said it went well. You felt?
I think it did. Good? It felt good. Yeah, the director was really nice. She said to me in Mandarin afterwards, she's like, "You should really consider quitting acting or quitting not."
I was like,
not quitting acting, quitting doctoring. Oh, you're a good actor. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. I'm sure my mom would be happy. Yes, yeah.
Mom, we hear you. She's the one calling.
We heard that. She was in there. She was like,
that was the inner Asian parent right there. That was like,
no, but she said I should consider pursuing the acting.
Like more full time.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that nice. So? That's something that you're kind of balancing it right now for 2026.
No. Oh no.
I was just saying.
Oh no. I got bills to pay. So, and I'm a single dad. So.
Yeah, for real.
I'm a single dad.
Yeah. Independent single dad right here. Okay. He needs to make those bills right here. But I think also for you, I think you also get a lot of enjoyment from your other careers, right?
Yes.
You know, so it's like, even though she might have said that, it's something that still fulfills you. And I think that's why I'm glad you're here, because I feel like we have a lot of parallels when it comes to that. Because even when we make it, amen to that, you know, millionaire status because of entertainment, the podcast, acting, I'll do personal training for free, to be honest. You know, like helping people stay active, get fit, and then like just help people in general, because that's the beauty of it. You know? Especially at 5 a.m. It's brutal. Brutal right here. What time do you usually work out now? Is it?
These days, honestly, I work out whenever I can. Like, so because I have a kettlebell, if I have patients book back to back every half hour, if I'm like finished, like 5 minutes early. That'll be a few reps there.
Okay, walk me through the little routine though. Give me a 30-minute workout the JC style way. You
But
know?
you're the person.
No, that's what I want to hear. I'm gonna judge it.
Like ad hoc judge it.
I'm gonna judge it right now. Okay, welcome to.
I'm an Asian guy. I'm used to that. So you know, like if I have a few minutes here, I might do some kettlebells, just like classic swings.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I might do like a clean and press. You know, like a few.
What is a clean and press for people that don't know?
I mean, I think you like throw it up.
Yes.
And then you press like a shoulder press.
So proud of you. Oh my God.
Yeah,
but like
all the marks. Squat and then this and then this. But with a kettlebell, it's slightly different because you're kind of lopsided versus like
And that is really. I'm glad that you point that out because a lot of like the bodybuilding stuff is always like just push it when both of the limbs, but having the unilateral one limb at a time helps with the with all the imbalances because as humans we don't have the same muscle mass on each side.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, he's a perfect.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I forgot SM Entertainment.
No, obviously I didn't make SM Entertainment. But anyway, But
the muscle imbalance. So it's so good that you're doing like single arms, and even like when you're picking up your boy. You're not gonna.
I'm picking up
one arm.
Exactly.
Grocery shopping. It's laundry, everything like that. So.
It's real life. It's real life.
Exactly. Shout out to kettlebells. And where did you buy that? Amazon also, or
yeah, I think it was Amazon. Oh my God, Amazon! I'm like
sponsor the panty show.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Is it the 50-pound?
I have. Oh, you're really getting into my business. I'm kidding. I started with a 20.
Okay.
And I was 40. And now
but you still have the 20.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I have 2 20s. I have 2 40s. I have 160. I have 180 and 190.
Oh, hold up, gangster!
I'm not doing clean and press with the 90 or 80 or 60.
This brother.
No.
Do you take any steroids?
Oh no, but I take insulin. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so insulin is like an anabolic kind of hormone, which I'm sure a lot of bodybuilders, I'm sure you're trained, as a trainer would know.
Yes.
But it does like increase growth hormone. But if you don't work out, it just makes you fat. Yeah,
but it does. Yeah, it spikes it up a little. Muscle. What's it called? I forget the phrasing of it. I forget the exact phrasing because I'm all natural, guys. Okay,
you're all natural.
All natural. No drugs.
But I also like it's not like I'm abusing my insulin. Although I have had like grad students in undergrad being like, "Can you sell me your insulin?"
Oh,
like
interesting. It's like, no, I don't want to go to jail.
No.
But I'm glad you mentioned the whole drug part because I did see in your YouTube you talking about how like you can use drugs for like the mind and everything like that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Tell me about that. I was so curious.
Do you mean like drugs like marijuana or like
there was
medication?
A lot medication?
Yes, that medication. Yes, medication. So I would personally, and I'm such a hard ass Asian mom when it comes to this stuff, and I know this is LA and everybody like smokes and drinks and everyone, their grandmother does CBD. But I would say if you're like struggling with anxiety or ADHD or like any kind of existential duress, let's steer clear from that.
Okay.
Medications, I mean, they've been around for a while. They're FDA, sort of cleared and tested, and there's like standardized productions. It's very different from like nutraceuticals or naturopathic kinds of things that you would get at a Sprouts or whatever, right? So, I'm a big believer in prescribing, but not too much, and certainly not too little. And I think a lot of times, especially in California, people are not aware. Maybe their family physician or pediatrician that just doesn't have the time to educate people on like what a therapeutic dose would be. So a lot of people will come to me and they'll say, I've tried this, and it didn't work, or give me this side effect. And when I sort of tease apart the history, it's like, well, it didn't work because we were at a vitamin dose that really wouldn't have been expected to work. Or, somebody just didn't explain to you that whatever nausea, diarrhea, or like headache would have stopped, after about 7 to 10 days of taking it.
Wow, that's so fascinating. No, because I was looking through the channel. I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize you could use all this.
Thank you you're like the first person who's viewed my channel, so thank you.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Of course. No, because like I was like,
so healing.
I'm glad you didn't delete it. I'm glad you didn't delete anything because there's a lot of good stuff there. But no, the whole like prescription stuff, because I feel like there's like big stigmas around. They're like, everything has to be all natural, all this stuff. And like my Indonesian family, for example, everyone's always, the remedy is pray,
yes,
or ginger tea. You
or
know,
work harder,
or work harder,
yeah,
and then your anxiety will disappear.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So what is there like a specific things that people should like look out for example, if they're like trying to talk to their doctor, any like
about medication?
Yeah, any like
specific
like I guess keywords or like
what I would say is like really ask questions that are pertinent to you. And I would say be less concerned about what happened to somebody on a Reddit, because that's less likely to happen. Like we just don't know what will happen with you until we try this medication at this dose. So but also to kind of see medication not so much as like I see so many people time and again, like from all different walks of life, you know, who view medication as like a concession or like the last step before oblivion. And I'm like, look, if you had high blood pressure and you had a great diet, you changed your diet, you know, you exercised a lot, you made all these lifestyle changes, and your blood pressure was still high, you know, your doctor would prescribe you something to help.
Don't take it as a weakness.
Right. And I think like and maybe this is the like psychotherapist in me or the Pisces is like, you know, it's not an either or, right? Like, so, you know, for your Indonesian family, like pray, go to your pastor, you know, take lemon or ginger tea and take your Prozac or your Lexapro or whatever it is, depending on if it's appropriate. No.
Wow, look at, thank you, doctor. Oh my God.
The other thing I would say, which is kind of like my pet peeve, is like a lot of people will come to me, especially the people around like, you know, like Westwood, Beverly Hills, and Pasadena, where it's like, well, I got a genetic test and it shows me that this medication and this medication will work best for me. And I think what people don't appreciate, because it's not really told to them, is that, you know, these kinds of genetic testing things really only reveal which medications are more or less likely to give you side effects. They don't actually tell you which ones are going to be, like, if you see like a green light, that doesn't mean that it's going to help you.
Yeah, the efficacy of it. Yeah,
exactly. For that, we can only try it.
Wow, look at that. We're learning so much from our sensei. Sensei?
This is not medical advice.
Yes, this is not. I gotta put the disclaimer. Yeah. You can go to his YouTube channel for the medical advice.
Any information does not constitute a
yes. Thank you for the disclaimer. Thank you. I'll just clip that out every single time. Some random facts over. I mean, that's. I mean, but at least you have the training, so you can like give the advice, because I don't have any of that, like, you know, formal training. Like today, for example, this random new guy was like, yeah, my back is kind of messed up, and I'm like, I'm not a physical therapist. I can just say, you know, strengthen the muscles around it, and then like get some movement in. I can only give general advice. But he was like, oh, but what's the exact solution? And I'm like, unfortunately, what was the disclaimer again? This is not. Well, I need to memorize it. This is not
medical advice. Does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. I don't know.
Exactly. I need to have that at my keychain and press it every time. What's your voice, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. If you want me to do a voiceover for you, I don't know.
Have you done any voiceover work, by the way?
I get a lot of auditions for voiceover from you know, Sharon and the girls.
Yeah.
I haven't booked anything yet.
It's hard.
Yeah. I don't have a professional setup. I don't.
But you got the professional voice. You hear that voice, everybody? It's so smooth, silky.
Thank you.
My brother was like, "Oh my God, who's that pop star? Is that a Taiwanese pop star? Your family?"
He was looking in the mirror.
Come on. Who's that pop star?
Yeah. My family's from Taiwan. They immigrated to Canada.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Pop star over here with the voice acting. That's another. I had a voice actor recently. Shout out to my girl Emika over there.
Nice.
She was my co-star as well.
Oh wow!
I played her husband, and I played a 65-year-old.
A 65-year-old.
65-year-old retired lawyer.
Oh my God!
Yes,
that is intense.
It's a really good. Excited for that one to come out. That's a really good one.
That one.
It's a really good one. But the voice acting world we were talking about in the episode, it's like once you get into it, there's like levels to it. These people have the professional setup, the microphone.
Oh yeah,
they know how to like block different sound when they're recording it. They can get like different tonality.
For sure.
And I'm like, I just go on my iPhone and I'm like,
I know, voice memo.
I go straight to my MacBook sometimes, and I'm just like, record. Fancy. Hello. Oh yeah. Hello. how are you? Like I'm like, I don't even know how anyone does it. I did one randomly for what is it called? It was like an NBA Street video game.
Oh, nice.
So you had to do like 5 different voices, right?
Wow.
And then you had to say like young kid playing basketball. So I'm like, yeah, get out of the way, man, or something, something like. I'm not that good, guys. I'm not that good. I tried.
So humble.
So humble. I'm trying, but it was a lot. Like I had to drink so much water. So shout out to the voice actors out there.
Yes.
Keep doing your thing. Don't be so good though. We need some jobs. Don't be so good.
No,
like
we can all elevate together.
You're right.
You know, like
you're right about. You're right. You're right. But some people are just made for that. They're just
agree.
so talented out there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of acting then, man? Because you've done some of the like singing stuff, this on screen, and we're like, what's your? If you had to pick one, I know it's hard to pick one, but like, which one would you pick? Like, is it theater, live theater? Is it short film acting? Is it commercial acting? Is it?
You know, it's hard for me to say because it's sort of like each experience has been uniquely gratifying in like different ways. I would say I really enjoyed like improv when I first started getting into it because it was so different from the very like, I don't know, it's just very like cloistered, tight, anal retentive way of like needing to be perfect at school and get the perfect GPA. And so that really helped me kind of loosen up a bit
and be free.
And be free. I think in my heart of hearts, I've always wished I could play a vampire on CW's Vampire Diaries, but that
you got the vibe, man.
I've missed that opportunity.
You could still do it.
I don't know. They're not making it anymore.
I know vampires.
Nina Dobrev is kind of like my homegirl. I mean, she went to school like 5 minutes from where I lived. So, yeah. Get this. So when I was like in grade 2, when I was 7 years old, my teacher told my parents I should audition for Claude Watson, which is the art school very close to me, because I really like to draw, and that was like what she saw as my talent. And my parents told her, "We don't want to limit him. We're Chinese."
Oh my God! No way.
Yeah, those are the sort of like the family lore.
that is some family
like propaganda.
I couldn't find that online.
But Nina Dobrev went to that school.
No way, dude! In another life,
and then Vampire Diaries.
In another life, you were a vampire over there.
I could have been.
I mean, you're a vampire with how young you look, my man. So that's the good part. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the other
Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. He's an actual vampire. That's guys, get out of the sun. Get out of the sun. God. It's burning him.
The reality is like in my line of work, I have actually not real vampires. No, I'm sorry. This is
Oh, I don't know if I can confirm or deny this.
Did you know that psychiatrists are the new exorcists?
Tell me more. Tell me more. Hold on. Tell me more.
We help people like exorcise their demons. You know?
Oh my God, that's so true. You're right.
When your patterns start to show, it makes the hatred want to grow out of mother. Except I don't like hate people who have patterns, but like I'm kind of like Rumi and Mira and Zoe. If you think about it,
you're right. You're a demon hunter.
Sorry, not a hunter. A demon exorciser.
Exorciser. Exor. Yeah, because the exorciser do the kettlebell with the demon. Yeah, snatch and clean demons. Oh my God, that's so funny. Speaking of the demons.
Yes.
How do you? I guess my biggest question for like anyone that's like in the mental health space is how do you like disconnect from the stuff your clients tell you, because I'm sure there's a lot of traumatic stuff, and then not put that into like your day to day, you know, because I'm sure you've probably heard some crazy stories and stuff like that. How do you like, I guess, detach from that? What's your biggest tip?
I think for me, like it's just, I mean, it's all part of like acting, music, art. I think there are different defense mechanisms that Anna Freud, Sigmund Freud, others have talked about, but one of I think the most effective ones is sublimation, or like transforming what sublimation. Okay. You know, like sort of like water will sublimate into ice, will change into vapor. You know.
Okay, science teacher.
That kind of like right. Yeah. So like the pain that I feel vicariously or personally can be transmuted into the really rough around the edges, haggard father who is a single dad, hypothetically speaking, and whatever on film,
you know,
and that's where it's like it's helpful.
Interesting. Wow. And what is it called?
Sublimation.
That's our keyword today. Wow, that's wow. Oh my
God. You. And then there are other two that I tend to talk about are affiliation, which is like building relationships, supports like this, the community, you know, like encouraging each other when the seasons are dry. And then also humor, which tends to be my preferred defense. So yeah.
I feel that, brother. Don't worry. That's what
we're feeling very defensive.
I don't know. But we're having too much fun.
Yeah, too much.
I mean, that makes sense with the whole improv stuff that you love so much. Have you been getting back into it now?
I looked into it, but because of where I live right now in LA County, it's hard for me.
Yeah, it's super far. Yeah, and then the traffic is kind of crazy. Well, let me know. Maybe we should do an improv class together or something.
We could.
I would love to, because when we were working on set, I wish the NDA wasn't there because it's so fun. There's just so many funny.
There were many funny instances,
but everything felt so natural because of the whole, and for people that have never done improv, one of the main principles is just going with it. Yes and say it. What is that? I don't know that song. I don't know
Ariana Grande.
Which one's that one?
With your chest.
Oh my God. We've had, luckily this can't be copyrighted singing, right?
Oh, I don't know. If I'm like singing it, I'm covering it.
Right? We should be good.
Yeah, I think we should.
Disclaimer, please, YouTube, don't flag this video.
I'm sorry, we're like so not, but maybe she'll see it and maybe she'll introduce us to John Chu and then.
Oh my! And then we're on the next
Wicked or Crazy Rich Asians TV series.
Amen to that. We'll become the Crazy Rich Asians.
You'll become the Indonesian
prince.
Yes, yeah.
How do I become the prince like you, though? What's the secret?
With the prince, I'm not a prince. I'm like, no.
Young prince still. Vampire. I'm telling you, the vampire. You look 28, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much.
It's the vampire.
Tell the casting agent.
I will. Speaking of that, though, actually, what range do you put for your auditions? Like, what's the
30,
youngest?
30 to 45.
No, come on, you could play like college.
Thank you.
You should tell them.
I'll tell.
Tell them.
Yeah, tell Sharon.
What's the age range then? You said 30 to
45. I think. Yeah. I have actually auditioned for things like breakdowns where it was like 40 to 50.
Yeah.
There was one like 40 to 60, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it's like the one that I did. They just do makeup.
I guess I would not see.
I know.
Like, okay.
It was, shout out to the whole cast and crew.
That's the magic.
That is. It was funny because we had to. The makeup took forever because it's like so precise, and they're like, "You're too young still, Patty." I'm like,
"That's you."
Thank you. I'm like, "Thank you." I guess.
Yeah.
And then I remember one. I think after the first day, right? We finished everything, most of it, but we had to get some extra shots in. And we forgot we took out all my hand makeup. So my hands look so young compared to like my face.
Oh, wow.
So,
and they couldn't like.
So what they ended up doing was like, all right, just put some food items to cover it up. Movie magic. So for all the actors out there, just apply to anything. I've applied to roles where
this is fair.
You have to be white. And I'm like, I don't look white, but we could work with that. Maybe they want to change.
Yeah, maybe they could.
I've applied for Black people roles. You know what I'm saying?
Mixed,
right? What is it called? Ethnically ambiguous roles.
Ambiguous
are my favorite ones. Yeah. Sometimes people think I'm Samoan, which
I could see.
I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, thank you. Maybe if I was
Pacific Islander,
if I was 50 pounds stronger, maybe I could, because they're massive. Those guys, they're like, and I think what is it called? I did the Moana casting.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice.
But I was like, I felt like an imposter. Everyone over there, I'm like, these guys.
Why?
They look like they should be on set.
The look is like, part of it.
Maybe I have to do more kettlebell work to get stronger.
Dude, man, you're like a trainer. You need to train me. Just tell me.
We'll get a workout session in. How about that? Behind the scenes, Patty show. That'll be fun. A little workout session, and then Mando Minute.
A Mando Minute. Okay, sure.
And
then you have to teach me Indonesian.
Oh, there we go. Indo. I'm trying to think of a good Indo.
Mindo Minute.
Mindo Minute. That sounds. We'll work on the YouTube
We'll
channel.
find something.
Are you still posting on YouTube? I haven't seen any new stuff.
No, that has been a dry well. But maybe this has inspired me. Maybe I could do something.
Post at least once a month. Something.
Maybe I could. Yeah, I could do that. You've given me some food for thought.
Yes,
for sure.
please, because you also have your what is it called? Reels also over there too, right?
Yes. Yeah, I put some of my acting reels up there. I think it was just sort of like a hodgepodge of what it was. When I first started, I wanted to do book reviews because I was really reading. Like I had sworn off all TV, movies, etc. I was in my own apartment and I was reading voraciously. So
I did see you read a lot of books, dude.
Yeah.
You are reading a book right now called.
Don't say it.
I don't know.
But it's along the lines of
Psychiatrist
being the new Exorcist.
Yes, that's why it was funny when you mentioned that. I'm like,
but there.
Coincidence? I think not.
Normally, I read a lot of therapy books, but sometimes I go off the beaten track.
What's your favorite book right now that you would recommend people to read? Then.
Oh my God, my favorite book right now is this is so nepotistic. My fiance's third book.
Oh, shout out.
Yes, yeah.
Shout out fiance.
Chia-Ho, Bones of Evidence. So it's the third in a trilogy of like Silent Evidence, Deadly Evidence, Bones of Evidence, and it's a trilogy about forensic anthropologists because she in a past life was a forensic anthropologist, traveled with the UN, helped prosecute war crimes, really saw like the worstness of human evil, and then has since become a writer and is, she's this trilogy. Yeah. So
and is that's fictional or is it?
It's fictional. It's fully fictional.
There's like inspired from.
Well, I mean, it's really not anything directly related to what she's done, but it's about Jane and Steely, who are these two plucky forensic anthropologists who, really come alongside the FBI to help solve these murder mysteries, but alongside it, of course, are their personal lives and how they, there's a romance aspect to it too, which tends to shine through.
And what was the name of the series and the author, of course, so we can find it on probably Amazon, right?
Yeah, you're right. Amazon is the best one because right now the second book isn't out yet in the States, so it's only out in the UK and Europe.
Really?
So,
okay. Well, what's the name of the series? I'm gonna have to check that out.
So Silent Evidence.
Silent Evidence.
Yeah. Deadly Evidence is the second one. And the last one and the most recent one, which is my favorite right now that I'm reading, is Bones of Evidence.
Bones of Evidence. And what is the name of the author?
Chia-Ho. K-O-F-F.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Clea, I see you, girl.
Yeah, Clea's
I see you. Shout out.
She's amazing.
Flowers to her.
Amazing.
Flowers.
Yeah, and I had one friend, sort of tell her after he read her book. It was really funny. He was like, I had to read the book before asking you or telling you that I read the book because if I didn't like the book, I wouldn't have wanted to. That's but he totally loved it, and I really love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And how did you guys meet, by the way? That's with another creative also. Look at you, power couple.
We met, get this, at the aquarium. We met at the aquarium.
What?
Because my son, 6 at the time, was like, Daddy, I want to take you to the Long Beach Aquarium at the Pacific. And he said the full name because he had just gone with his school to the aquarium. And I happened to have that Wednesday off during his March break, or it was a Tuesday, I think. And then we went to the Long Beach Aquarium of the Pacific, and I saw this person who was seated in the Blue Whale Cafe. And she was, alone eating her own scone. And she was writing, and I kind of thought we were making some eye contact. I wasn't sure, but like literally my son was seated on my lap with his arms around my neck, and even my Asian parents were there with me from Canada. So it was like the whole family was there at the Blue Whale Cafe, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to talk to this person. And so finally my parents got up and went to the bathroom simultaneously, which is, thank you, Jesus, but my son is still there. And I asked her if she was a marine biologist, and she said, well, no, I used to be a forensic anthropologist, but why marine biologist? And I said, well, you're here with your scone and you're writing. I thought maybe you were going to go curate something after this. And then we started to exchange information, and ultimately my parents came back. I told my son, I put him down and I said, please take Ye and Nanai to the next exhibit. He's like, what? And I'm like, take them to the next exhibit,
please,
son.
You're going to understand later.
Please, yes.
Be my wingman.
Like, I don't understand. And I was like, just go.
I'll get you ice cream.
Yes. And then I went up to her and I gave her my number and I said, I never do this, but I'd love to stay in touch. Can we please? And my Gen Z friends laughed at me. They were like, stay in touch. What does that mean? Like, how about I want your number? But anyway, so yeah.
Wow.
That was really funny.
Man, I need to learn from you, my sensei over
here. No, don't learn from me. No,
the Rizzler.
Don't learn.
The Rizzler.
No, Riz. Oh, that's a very activating word for me. I want to be Riz free. Completely Riz free.
Oh my God. And then that's now she's fiance, so I'm guessing it all went well.
It went well. She said yes, by the way.
Oh, that's it. Oh my God. And what was the first date then after that? Was it an aquarium?
No, it wasn't. We walked around the park.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Wow, man, I love that, man.
Yeah. What about you, man? What are you doing?
You know, I was talking to my other friend. Shout out to her. She was on the podcast. My Brazilian sister.
Oh.
Every time I feel like I'm ready to leave the game, I just enjoy the game too much,
Leave the game as in like find
the dating world. Yeah, because every time I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to stop, how do I say this politely without my mom watching? Explore multiple.
To explore
avenues
of passion.
Of passion and pleasure.
And so I wasn't going to say that one, so you said it. So,
yes. I feel like I just keep getting dragged in to just like trying multiple things.
Yeah.
And what do you think is some good advice for a single man that's maybe trying to settle down now in an industry that is Hollywood?
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's really that's tough. Like for you?
Yeah. What do you
are you the single?
Hypothetically. Hypothetically, let's say. Let me paint the picture. So this guy is a busy guy. He wakes up early. Yes. He's Asian. Yeah. He's in entertainment, but also works in tech and is a personal
takes care
trainer.
of his body and I would say it's so important to hold on to yourself, because having been in relationships before where even growing up, sort of tucked myself under another's expectations.
Oh, okay.
It's so much more rewarding to be two separate selves that are fully formed that come together, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So not rushing into anything and not just like, I guess, conforming to what.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't be a wad about it.
Yeah.
If there are preferences, you can meet in the middle, but just know that you don't need to, because I see so many young people these days and older people too who are like, well, what if I say the wrong thing, or what if I do the wrong thing? And I'm like, well, what would you want to say in that situation? And just say what you want to say. Let the words fall out.
Oh, okay. Okay. All of the songs, man. We got all the lyrics over here. Wow, I'm gonna tell my friend that advice.
Tell your friend.
Yes, my specific friend.
Yeah, tell your friend.
My friend also wants to know, curious-wise, when it comes to that, where is the best place to meet a partner in?
I'm totally not the right person to do this.
Aquarium.
The aquarium was where I met my fiance. I don't know where you would meet yours.
Well, there you go. Have you ever dabbled in the online dating space?
I have. I'm ashamed or not ashamed to say I have. You know what I find really difficult about it is just the sort of commodification of people, in the sense that, like, I'm sure everybody who's online is a very nice person, and yet I think there is that much more of the ability to put an abstracted version of oneself on. And I always I would sort of look at the profiles and see different pictures, and yet it was almost like ChatGPT had written the profiles. Like, I'm interested in athletics and taking care of my body, and I'm into mindfulness.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
All of these things, and so I felt like it was somewhat bewildering and overwhelming when I was in that sphere.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting, I guess, more unique now when it comes to it. What advice would you give your son, for example? Because he's gonna start
Yeah.
dating in like what, 10 years.
I hope
Yeah.
I hope not too soon. We'll see.
Hey, if he's has enough swagger like his
He's oh my
pops,
god, he has more swagger.
he'll probably go to a zoo.
Yeah,
He'll go to a zoo
probably
and find his girl.
probably a zoo. Yeah. You know, I honestly wish I could say something meaningful to that. I think ask me when he's at that age.
I'm curious. We'll be back on the
On
the anniversary.
576.
Yeah, 576,
yeah.
wherever that would, yeah, maybe
567
or 56. Well, I mean, I know he's grateful to have you as a pops. You're a great dad.
So.
Like I said, more flowers to you. You're inspiring.
Thank you.
You give me hope for me as a father eventually that you know you can pursue your passion and still be a dad. And I think that's a big balance that a lot of people kind of forget about. Just like don't forget your passions just because you're a dad, you know, and all that stuff. I was watching the you know the free solo guy, the climber.
Channels,
he had in Taiwan actually. He was climbing that building. Spoilers if anyone's watched it.
Taipei 101.
Yeah, Taipei 101, exactly. But he's like a dad now. I think he has a dad of 2 kids.
Oh wow!
And then his wife was talking about how like him doing this actually is more beneficial to his kids because it shows that like he's still pursuing his passions, even though he still has to sacrifice some stuff. Because as a dad, you can't
do everything.
for yourself, of course, you know. So it was kind of beautiful to see that, and you're an embodiment of that.
Oh
so
my God! Thank
I still
you.
want to be a father of 5 kids.
I think you will be that, and that's the same mentality. I think what I was getting at before too, like holding on to your sort of passions and identity and separateness while still meeting in the middle with your future fiance partner.
Yes. Or for my friend, you mean?
Your friend,
yeah, my
your
friend,
hypothetical
my
friend.
hypothetical
that guy,
that guy that needs a lot of help. You know.
That oh man, we all do.
We all need help.
You can tell him we all do. We all benefit from help.
Therapy, guys. Go to therapy.
Or just like platonic help. Like,
It's
not all of us are therapists, but like, yes, I mean it's a good business.
Well,
but
pays the bills. Pays the bills. It pays the bills. You know.
Yes, it does. It keeps the lights on.
Speaking of keeping the lights on, okay.
Yeah.
With the YouTube, there's a lot in YouTube that I wanna talk about a little bit more. You were talking about some stimulants for ADHD and the pros and cons.
Oh yeah.
If you could outline that to the people out there, because I feel like that's a common question people have about that.
Stimulants.
Yeah. Stimulants. Can you talk about that?
Oh my God, I could talk about this for hours. And again, this is not medical advice.
Yes. This is just a discussion. Yeah.
Relationship or patient relationship.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, stimulants have been around for since time immemorial, and for whatever reason, like they've been shown to be effective in, you know, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, both the predominantly, you know, inattentive type or the more, you know, kind of kinetic or impulsive type, and also the combined types. But the idea of like kind of stimulants helping with that, there's different theories as to why we think it helps, but there's some ideas around ADHD arising because we've got differences in dopamine cycling in that dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is this like most frontal human part of our brains that are involved in our executive functioning, so like our attention, you know, memory, thinking, planning, learning, as well as our emotion regulation. So how do we get like rejected or not hear back from a callback and just kind of let it go and move on, you know, sort of thing, without going to the toilet bowl,
spiraling,
actor, and I can't do anything, etc. So something about stimulants helps that kind of dopamine cycling, so that people who have this like syndrome of like difficulty sustaining attention, concentration, etc., can kind of get down to work, turn the noise down on the distractions, and just do what they need to do. But it is a highly, you know, sort of in some ways like controversial diagnosis even, and also, you know, treatment, because stimulants are controlled substances, so they're Schedule 2, which means like every time a physician prescribes, you know, we need to look on a database to see if people have been doctor shopping or like have a doctor in Palm Springs or Big Bear that is also giving them stimulants, etc. But I would say they are, of the things that I would prescribe, amongst the most effective pharmacological like medication interventions for things that I help treat.
Wow, I'm telling you, we're getting so many nuggets of knowledge over here. It's so multi-talented. Look at that. And remember, it's not medical advice, right?
It's not medical advice.
Please, guys,
and,
okay?
Talk to your doctor about
please talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
We're just trying to learn a little bit more about
And I have no funding from like GlaxoSmithKline or like whatever.
Just making sure, you know, we don't want...
or Wyatt, you know, Sanofi event.
No, that's insane. And all the knowledge, how do you even keep it in the brain, man? I forget half the things sometimes. I forget my name sometimes, guys.
I mean, yes, it's the help. I have a lot of help.
That's the secret?
Yeah, I mean, I think I couldn't have made it through, you know, residency or like even my day job now without colleagues and friends to kind of help start up, you know, and just like we reinforce it and talk about it over dinner, and then it just sort of sticks.
For anyone that's trying to like jump into that field, you know, young professionals, any advice for them when it comes to like the residency part or like obtaining that information and everything? Any advice for that? Yeah,
I would say you don't have to know everything to be a good doctor.
Okay.
I would say that at times learning how to explain something, like practicing with a cousin or practicing with a friend who's like a non-medical professional, is probably the way to go. Not only like to know how you might engage with a person in your practice, but also, you know, just pragmatically to help cement it in your brain. And I would say, you know, med school, at least, and residency for me was like incredibly punishing in the sense that it was basically like Asian mom on steroids. Like, you know, you can never be good enough, you can never know enough, etc. At least that was my experience of it. Maybe that was before I was on antidepressants. But anyway, all that to say, you know, I think not to punish oneself too hard or to have unrealistic expectations, but to know that it'll come with time if you put in the work and the energy.
Wow, I think that also explaining again to someone that doesn't know anything about it is really important.
Yeah,
I think of the same parallel as like personal training. You know, you can be like, "Hey, hinge your hips," and then they're like, "What does that even mean?" You're like, "Oh, you just bend over." Like, you know, like,
got it.
You know, you're like, you got it.
Exactly.
That out of context does sound crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, how am I supposed to get to 6% body fat? How do you help distill that down for me?
I already
told it to me, but I just haven't been able to implement it.
You're basically single digits.
I am not at single digits at all. But anyway,
well, all the tattoos over there.
It's okay. I'm a whole person. I don't have to be 6% body fat.
I think we can get you to 7%. We can get you to 7%. How about that? 7%. I think we could work it.
Okay.
Speaking of your athletic body, Mr. Tattoos.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes.
I see the tattoo over there.
Yes,
you got any more
tattoos? I have like probably a dozen.
He has a lot.
Yeah. This is also part of my midlife. You know, my descent into my midlife chaos.
Are you getting any more tattoos?
I have wanted to get one just to finish this like upwards shoulder piece, but I think for now I'm probably good.
They're expensive, I hear, huh?
They're pretty expensive.
Hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, whenever they get like the first small one, it's like compounding, and you're like, oh, let me get a sleeve.
I'll just get another one, and then the sleeve.
Yeah, right. And then you come in on What is your? I guess might be hard to pick your favorite one, but what's one tattoo that you think has a lot of meaning? Like, is the first tattoo you want to show to people? If you had one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the most, probably the most recent one I had, which are a pair of cranes, like one on the front and one on the back. And, you know, cranes in Asian lore, Chinese lore, like really symbolic of like longevity and like fidelity, like sort of like monogamy, you know? So
you're monogamous?
I mean, I'm wow, what is this? Who are you?
You're a vampire.
This is like, is this TMZ? No,
I did see your tape.
I am. I espouse monogamy, and I think it's great. I know that's probably passe, and I'm sounding like a dinosaur, but yeah, I would say most of my early tattoos, like the first 10, were all written words. Some of them in different language, like Greek or Hebrew.
Okay.
So they have a different visual quality than just English words. But yeah, of the pictographic or symbolic ones, I really like the cranes.
Wow,
plus, they're just beautiful in flight, and
they look so cool. It reminds me of a Kung Fu Panda. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're right.
Crane.
Yeah,
you know, and then the crane style with martial arts.
Yes,
Have you done
so
any
true.
martial arts?
I have. So I haven't
Yeah.
done kung fu, which I totally wish I did. But like when I growing up, the kung fu place, the closest one to me was really too far, so it just wouldn't have worked. But I did kendo, so
Oh, with
sword
the.
fighting.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's so
I'm a black
cool.
belt in kendo, but I'm harmless without a stick. So yeah, you did MMA, right? Like
A
or
little bit, yeah. Hold up, kendo, black belt kendo.
Yeah, first degree, but like I mean, I can hold my own if I need to.
I'm sorry, player. Okay.
But I am a pacifist. I come from the faraway land of Canada. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Hey, sorry.
So when's the last time you practiced kendo then? Has it been a while? Or?
You know, sometimes I go out on my apartment sun deck and I just like, I worry that my neighbors are going to think I'm crazy, but like nobody's accosted me yet. And so I'll do a couple of drills there.
Really? That's
and
so cool.
My son, you know, he's learning kung fu now,
nice.
so he's like
That's awesome.
getting to
That's
live
awesome.
the dream, and he loves it. But I will take out, you know, practice shinais with him, and we'll
what is it called? Shinai?
A shinai, or like the sort of stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, we're learning so much today. Oh my God.
I love
this.
Like a cultural exchange.
I know. I'm learning so much from the far land of Canada.
Oh yes, Canada's
the pop
great
star,
place.
Canadian pop star over here. Pop star that also does photography, I hear.
I like photography.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
what kind of photography is it specifically? Is it like of people, of nature? What's your
Yeah, definitely people. I would say people. I'm not very good. I just enjoy capturing you know, these days family moments. For a time there was some like wedding engagement kinds of photography, which I found was I wasn't very good at it.
It's hard.
And it was
It's hard.
kind of hard, yeah, for me. But there is something to me about capturing a moment in time, like a finite slice of life, in a very particular manner with a particular eye, that is really, really neat, which is, of course, like what happens in films and television and commercials as well. So.
Wow, Mr. Creative, all of it's over here. But
Pisces.
You know, Pisces. And what's the other sign?
Aries.
Aries moon.
Yeah, Aries moon, Aries rising.
Can you tell me exactly what all this terminology means? Because I forget. I used to remember.
Like Pisces and Aries.
Both.
I actually don't know. I kind of talk about it like because it's funny, and because sometimes it helps me engage with like some of the people I see in my office. They'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm like an Aquarius," and then we'll kind of vibe off of that for a bit, and it's like a point of connection. But like, I just know that I'm practically Rihanna. You know,
that's all you need to connect.
That's all
with people.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Going back to the clients though, when you meet like a new client, for example, how do you also understand if they're a good fit for you and like vice versa kind of thing? Like,
you know what, that's such a good question, because up until like a couple years ago, I wouldn't have even asked the question of are they a good fit for me, because I had spent so much time, not only in my personal life, but also in residency and med school, like figuring out how to fit into my supervisor's view of what was a good psychiatrist, or
it's that pressure to
my
perform.
partner's view, exactly, to like sort of, and I had been so used to subsuming my own identity into that kind of piece. So in the last couple of years, I've been a bit more, I guess, judicious, or like, I think it's ultimately, it boils down to a vibe for me. Like, it's not like a checklist or like red flags. It's just sort of like, I think in my 40 years, I've gained enough sort of unconscious data that like if I'm sitting next to a person, like I'm sitting next to you and I'm feeling all the warm feels and the vibes, right? Like there are definitely people who don't I don't vibe off of their style,
and that's okay.
There are definitely therapists who would, and I usually refer to, I have a cadre of friends and therapists that I refer to, like, maybe you could see Dr. Kim, and that's what it is. It's not personal, it's just sort of like, I don't know if you can kind of be the best.
I mean, in Indonesian we have this phrase called like CS, which is just like you just connect with that person, and there's no like, you can't put it on paper, but you're like, oh, me and JC, okay, we're homies, just cause. Like, I can't tell you exactly why, but it's just easy to connect. And I have that dilemma a lot with like my personal training clients, because now it's almost 2 years now since I've been, professional, you know.
Nice.
In the beginning, like you were talking about, you just have to take everybody, kind of, you know, and you have to show your best to everybody. And it's great to learn how to like handle different situations, and you learn from different people. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I can tell which one would work best for me, but also for them too. Because if my style is good for person A, it's going to help them exponentially. If I know that my style is not as good for them, and I can give them to my other personal training friend or whatever, that's going to give them more gains, so to speak, I'd rather do it that way. But it's the gains to get to 6%. I can promise 7%. 6
loss. I need to get lost. In my case,
you know. Because 6% is kind of hard, man. That's especially with all you do. That's
given up. It's fine.
The most. I'm
satisfied.
Maybe 8%. 8%. How about that? You're like, this keeps going up, Patty. Okay. What kind of negotiation is this? It's okay. Maybe 7. We'll talk.
The fit is important.
Yes, it's exactly, and it's like a two-way street, because it's not even just me being like, I guess the word is bad, like selfish, but like it helps both parties. Yeah, you know, because if you also don't like your therapist, if you don't like your personal trainer, you're also not going to be inclined to show up. And most of the battle's showing up, to be honest. You know, if you don't go to those sessions, you're not going to really make any progress. So see, that's another sign. So have us both. If you're looking, this is the combo.
Change your mind, change your body.
Amen. That's our promotion. Patty and JC firm.
Yes. Double team.
The double team right here. JC and Patty, everybody. We got the mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
Oh.
Spirit. Yes.
So who do we need for the spirit part? We need someone else to. We'll learn the spiritual part.
We'll figure it out.
How about that? Yeah. Speaking of the spiritual part, let's talk about the passion. We've been all over the
passion.
Let's get to our talking points.
Okay, let's do it.
I got carried away. I'm having too much fun asking all the questions.
A lot of good
fun. I love it. First talking point on passion. Okay, adapting your training, Mr. Kendo Black Belt.
Oh, Kendo training. Okay.
It doesn't have to be Kendo training. It's just I didn't know you were a black belt. Okay. How do you adjust your passions for life's changing seasons?
That's a great question. I don't know if I can give like a global answer to that. I think the adjustments historically, I'd like to say I've, taken a silent retreat and, plotted everything out. Every 3 months or quarterly, like that's definitely, it's more sort of, I think, like the day-to-day moments of like just taking a pause after the workday is done and seeing like, how did that go? How many people complained? How, could I have done this better? And like, what was the lead up to the situation that what levers I could push and pull? I mean, there are really only so many things as a single dad who's working full time trying to do acting that I can really modulate. But I think a lot of it boils down to making sure I get good enough rest, adequate rest,
sleep, quality sleep is very important,
and eating enough and eating what I want to eat, even though 6% versus like
we'll get back to that.
Versus and I think making sure I have those like hard bounds where I take time to exercise or to walk my dog or to play with my son, even if I'm feeling like something about work is bugging me.
Shout out to your dog, by the way, too. What breed of dog?
She's a standard poodle. She's really, really cute right now. She's like super poofy. She looks like a teddy. Like she literally looks like a teddy bear.
Oh my god, how big is?
She's like a big ass.
Wow, like big.
Poodle.
Wow.
Yeah. But she'll like pretend she's a lap dog and come up and just. Like,
oh my god, that's so
lick
cute.
me in the face while I'm watching TV. So.
Well, thanks for sharing that inspiring. We're learning so much about our sensei.
I don't know, I'm learning very much, but I think there's like the rock or like the water, and like adapting is like
my fault. Martial arts. He said I have not done kung fu, but I embody.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's that.
It's like the way of water. Like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah,
is he right? Didn't he say that something about the water?
I didn't know that, but okay.
There we go. It's something about like being like water, because you can be shapeless like water, but it can also crash.
Crash.
Yeah,
it's got power.
Oh my god, look at that. So crash power and pleasure, which is our second topic.
Oh my God, pleasure.
Oh yes, even though he's monogamous.
Oh my God.
I'm just genuinely surprised.
Wow.
That's just my aside, guys. I didn't expect you to be monogamous, to be honest.
Can I just say the word Chad, the Gen Z word Chad? My son, we watched Sound of Music recently.
Okay.
You know, that the 16 going on 17, eager young lads and Ruiz. He was like, Daddy, we should say eager young lads and Ruiz and Chads. I'm like, son, do you know what that is? But I'll tell him that's what Uncle Patty is.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, is that bad? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I will accept this.
Okay, well, anyway, I don't know. I don't want. It's not a pronouncement. I'm just curious. He's just really lighted on monogamy.
I'm always on the fence when it comes to that.
Between the lines. Anyway.
Polly Patty. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Got it.
I don't know. It's something definitely. I'm
very
curious.
Modern and young.
Modern and young. Let's just say I've had all types
young
of
and
guests.
restless.
Yeah. No, seriously. My friend is young and restless.
Young and restless. Your friend.
Let's just say I've had a lot of exactly. My friend that has been through a lot in life.
Got it.
I have had a lot of guests that have lived that lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why I was especially they're usually on like here, like in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's why
it is the place to do it.
Of course.
Imagine.
Not that. Oh, you imagine.
Imagine.
This is the TMZ part of the Patty Show. So are you? I personally, I don't think I could do it. That's too much to handle.
Yeah.
That's just too much juggling.
Yeah.
I can't even juggle myself sometimes. I'm like, I'm tired, So having multiple partners, I feel like.
Yeah, that could seem.
Yeah, and you need to have a lot of money. So, I need to win like multiple game shows to be.
I mean, once Amazon sponsors
Amen.
this podcast,
maybe then we can talk about the Polly Patty Show.
Oh wow, that's a lot of alliteration.
Yeah, I love my alliteration right here.
Good alliteration.
Going back to our alliteration with pleasure, though.
Pleasure.
Celebrating seasonal wins. Okay. What's your favorite seasonal self-care routine or practice? Yes. Anyone really?
Oh my God. Okay, so this is like probably TMI, but like I don't know if you've ever been to a Korean spa before.
I still haven't been, and we're in Koreatown. But tell me.
So we could go together if you wanted
for real,
if you wanted to. But if you didn't want to, so for those of you who haven't been, and I never knew about this until I watched Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, which was like an amazing
Hometown
like
Cha-Cha-Cha.
What's it's a drama?
Korean drama. Okay.
Yeah. So but Korean spas, essentially they're like communal gathering places. There's usually like a restaurant, and then there's like a jjimjilbang, which is like everybody's clothed. You wear like pajamas, that you get when you walk in. And it's just like you'll see like multi-generational families playing like checkers on the floor, which is like totally heated, or like kids reading their books or on their pads, parents like napping, and there's different like temperature saunas, right? Like clay and jade and etc. So people go in and they sweat it out, and then in the separate sides, the men's and the women's sides, segregated sides, it's all nude. So I was like, it's so weird. I've never been nude. Like I'm not even nude at home, So like whatever. So but it was really odd and refreshing in a sense once I got over my own sense of shame.
Yeah.
Because like Korean ajishis or like older uncles, like they really just don't care what they look like. Like it's not this whole like 6% body fat or like
you don't really care.
Whatever. So in a way it's so refreshing
and freeing, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Literally.
You
let it out.
And then
you let the candle stick out.
I don't know. Speak for yourself. But the phone is in the locker. I'm not like, there are no more outer accoutrements of like.
Hold up. What is that word? I've never heard it.
Outer trappings.
What's that word?
Accoutrement. C'est français. C'est français. Je suis Canadien.
Ouais.
C'est québécois.
Ça va bien.
Yeah. Like, there's no. Yes, we. There are no like trappings of like, oh, I drive a Tesla, or I can keep up with the Kardashians, etc. You're just sort of there.
Human.
You're just human.
In its raw state. Wow.
But the thing about the Korean spa that I love the most is a body scrub, because the Korean ajushi will scrub, like it's full body exfoliation. There's a Stephen Yuen and Conan O'Brien like clip of We Spa. that demonstrates this. But essentially, you go in and you lose, or at least in my case, I lose like 2 to 3 pounds of dead skin, and it's really refreshing, and then you feel so good after, and it's like a literal shedding of like all the crap
yeah,
and
the
ick and
yeah, yeah.
stuff
Ooh,
that
wow.
accumulates over the
We might have to plan this trip. I'm down to do that. Yeah,
we could. I mean, you're in Koreatown.
yeah.
So
No, because also I've done something similar. Like when I was in Bali, I love Bali. Oh, Indonesia, Uluwatu. The full body scrub, my first time ever.
Nice, yeah.
Oh my.
So I'm sure
goodness.
that's very similar, right, or the same. I don't know.
So like I wanted to sleep. Like I was just like knock out, and then like you said, like 2 to 3 pounds of just all the dead skin, like the callus, everything. They went everywhere. At first, it is a little uncomfy, so get ready, guys, if you've never done it, because like your skin's like, ooh, like what? But then when you realize, okay, you just get used to the. It's a little therapeutic, like with that little like the rub and the. Man, this is my sign. 2026 self-care routine. Go to the Korean spa.
Do you know what is really incredible about being Canadian in our guidelines for like generalized,
really,
generalized anxiety disorder? First line treatment is get this balneotherapy or spa therapy.
Really?
And so
no way.
to all of my patients, I'm like, hey, I'm Canadian. Like, if you have the means to do it get
first.
A massage, get a facial, do something. You know, if you're like, oh, hell's no, I'm not going to be on escitalopram or Zoloft. Like, just go to the spa.
Wow, beautiful. Oh my God. Going back to that though, also for people that like are, let's say, don't believe in any type of therapy or stuff like that, because you know, especially like we were talking about traditional values. Ginger tea is a remedy, I guess. You know, no tea at all, literally.
Good.
it is good, but like for people that don't want to do any therapy at all, would you recommend that? Like you said, like the spa stuff to start off, and then gradually go to the.
Oh my God, like, I could talk about this like for
I'm
hours.
curious.
There are so many things, and it would depend on like what the kind of you know, symptom profile that you want to treat. Like, so for instance, although I'm a psychiatrist, my actual special superpower, what I came on the Melania Trump visa to the States to do, is actually something called transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS for short. So this is like a non-invasive brain stimulation modality for depression. So people who are depressed, yes, you can do the therapy, you can do the, exercise, you can go out and make friends, and you can do psychotherapy. But if you're really not into those, or you've tried them and haven't been effective, then transcranial magnetic stimulation is a non-medication, non-therapy way to get at those dorsolateral prefrontal cortical neurons and really kind of like resuscitate them without any anesthesia, without you being, knocked out. This is not electroconvulsive therapy. It's like really, really safe. And it's really, really effective.
And how does the setup work exactly? They just...
I always feel like I'm like selling snake oil because it's so otherworldly.
Snake oil is crazy.
Okay, so we put a magnet on the surface of the scalp. Here, I'll show you with my phone.
Yes, there we go. Yeah.
So there are no needles. There's no anesthesia. We pass a current through this magnetic coil, which then creates a perpendicular magnetic force field, just like MRI.
Yeah.
And that penetrates the skull, hence transcranial. And then at the level of the cortex, we're going to cause your outer cortical neurons to fire. And then as it does that, it's going to get more of that executive functioning and also emotion regulatory circuits back online. And then suddenly people are like able to meet the vicissitudes of life with greater, clarity and capacity. And it's like, it's not like it makes it, people do obviously feel better, but it's not as though like the difficult aspects of life disappear. It's more that people are more able to face the difficulties of life with their full selves, kind of thing.
Wow. And how did you get into that whole realm then? Is it just because of the work that you've done when you were in Canada, or like... So that's fascinating, man. I'm like,
it's pretty cool. So in residency, I was lucky enough to be paired with my supervisor, Jeff Daskalakis, who's like a world-renowned researcher in this field. In Canada, arguably, he's the biggest guy. He was interviewed by Anderson Cooper.
Wow.
And, so him and Daniel Bloomberger, my master supervisors, they sort of trained me on this kind of modality, and I got the ability to sort of do some research, write some papers, which was then fundamentally, what allowed me to come to the States on an O1 visa to be at UCLA for a couple of years, and then ultimately open up my own mom and pop shop.
Wow, look at that. Shout out to the homies out there. Thanks for teaching our brother.
Homies,
because he wouldn't be here without that.
It's true. It's so
hard to get to the United States,
It is,
and that's
very
the tea
hard.
too. Yeah. We don't get political on the show.
Well, it was very hard, but I'm so grateful. Thank you for letting me be here.
We're so grateful to have you over here, That but that's wow, I've never even heard of that, and wow, that's so fascinating.
Pretty fun.
For the people that don't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I totally jumped out as being extra.
I love that you did that, because I'm learning more and more. Let's say, okay, let me give you a scenario.
Yeah, give me a scenario.
A friend has never done therapy formally.
Okay, no therapy.
You're right? At all. And then because his family doesn't really believe in it.
Yeah.
Or their family doesn't believe in it.
Okay, yes.
Their family doesn't believe in it.
Okay.
And they've done like all other forms of therapy, whether it's like physical activity or like, spa stuff or anything. When will they know that it's time to try the, formal therapy, or will they ever know? Or what's your recommendation? Not medical advice.
How will I know if you...
How would they know, do you think?
I think it's a deeply personal question. Most people who come to therapy because there's some challenge or issue or dynamic that keeps coming up. Maybe there's trouble with work relationships, or their spouse is saying, they really need to shape up or go to therapy, whatever that means. The majority of people in my mind who could benefit from therapy don't actually seek it out.
And who are those type of people, you would say?
Human people.
Everybody. So everybody.
I'm not saying, okay, so let me back it up. I am not the maximalist who says everyone should have a therapist.
Okay.
Because I recognize that in, the current health system, with financial pressures living in California, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
And finding a therapist is hard, by the way. It's like finding, if you go to find a hairstylist, they could be L'Oreal trained in Paris.
Yeah.
But if they don't know how to cut your hair,
it doesn't matter. And we were talking about that earlier, the chemistry too.
Exactly. It's the chemistry read, or the chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry read.
Meeting,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So like to some extent, I get that it's a privilege that most people don't have. I think what's really sad to me is that there are certain human, whether you call them institutions or practices, that used to allow for these therapeutic or like supportive, like forms of knowing one another, whether within the family or whether in the broader community, that I think have become rarer and rarer and rarer, the more modern and the more convenienced we all become. And so that kind of level of emotional proximity, or the depth of emotional connection with a friend or a confidant, is, I think, increasingly missing in modern relationships. And so, to go back to your point of like cultivating or deliberately cultivating those relationships, I think it's so hard. But yeah, to answer your question, to go back to what you were saying, how does one person know when they need therapy? I think it's sort of when they decide that they want to live differently, But most people who could benefit from living differently either will deny that or whatever.
Because it's an interesting thing, because you have to kind of catch yourself and be as unbiased as possible, but it's impossible to be unbiased if we're thinking of anything that we're doing for ourselves, kind of thing, you won't really know, quote unquote, the problem until, I guess, maybe externally you start seeing patterns. But it's hard too, because as humans we just kind of block out a lot of stuff, and we don't realize until the last straw or something, or when things get like toxic really quick. So that's wow. Look at you with I'm learning so much. This is what the Patty Show is about. We're learning so much, everybody. If you can go to therapy, try it out. Let's see, or go to the spa.
Or go to the spa.
What's the name of your favorite spa, though?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Sponsor the Patty Show, favorite spa. He's like, let's just say
I've been to many and I enjoy them all.
Well, off screen, you gotta let me know which one I should go to take my spa virginity.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Monogamy.
This was the pleasure section. That's why I had to get it all. I love you, Bob. Thank you for watching and liking and subscribing. Exactly. Our final talking point on positivity, though, man. Positivity, man. This has been a positive, funny,
so positive.
Conversation. Embracing change.
Yes.
You did just talk about that change right there. What mantra gets you through a tough time, a tough season, maybe the low season with acting, maybe it's just stress from like work, family stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Is there any mantra that you like say to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many that come to mind, but the one that is like most, I think, prescient for me. I mean, India Arie has a song about "Then I hear a whisper that this too shall pass."
Oh,
you know,
okay.
the "this too shall pass" I think is said to have been inscribed on the inside of a ring that was given to Solomon, the quote, the wisest man on earth, right? And so, whatever kind of situation, whether like really amazing, that those hilltop or mountaintop experiences, or like really low valleys, it's sort of like this will ebb and flow, and ultimately, when we look back, will it be significant? Will it not? We don't know, but our view will change as we change and as we look back on it.
Wow. Are you a poet as well?
No, I'm not.
That was
very
bars
like not
right there.
pleasant.
Oh my goodness! Look at it's
this
so much
too
tea.
shall pass. This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. Yeah. I think that's a good mindset, especially for 2026, y'all, because we just started the year and there's been ups, there's been downs, but this too shall pass.
Yes, which now sounds kind of like forlorn and sad, but it hopefully like motivates us to also hold on to, the present.
The present and the beauty of life. Yeah, another P.
The ephemeral beauty of life.
Hear ye, Shakespeare is Shakespeare is coming out soon and everything like that. Speaking of next projects, though, do you have anything fun that you want to tease out there? Maybe YouTube, getting back to YouTube.
Maybe I could get back to YouTube.
Which is
on if anybody visits.
They better now. They better now.
JCLEMD. We'll
JCLEMD.
see. Yeah, you can learn about TMAS if you want. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna take it as it comes. I mean, you've certainly given me food for thought. I didn't even realize anybody knew that you do.
I do my research. What can I say?
You do your research.
And you're also like more flowers again. I could do the whole episode of flowers.
Yes.
The energy you bring. We've only known each other for like 2 days. And that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But it feels like we just get back into it. And
I agree.
I love connections and relationships that are like that. And we have to keep cultivating that.
Let's keep cultivating.
We'll have you again on a future episode.
Thank you.
Maybe that future episode's in the aquarium.
Maybe.
And it'll be me finding my girl. How about that?
Yes.
Or we could have your fiance talk about her book. Oh,
maybe we could. Oh my God.
I need to read it actually.
You should totally read it. It's really good.
Wow. Okay. See, I'm learning so much. That's what I told you guys. I'm also learning too about our lovely Prince Vampire. Prince Vampire.
Yes, I wish I could tease that I was going to be part of the Vampire Diaries reboot.
Yes. And he's actually getting hired by SM now.
Yes, SM Entertainment for their older division, the decrepit, aging out division.
So you're killing me. He is killing me out there.
My one regret in life is being born not looking like An Hyo-seop or Paul An. But anyway, that's another
even better. 10 out of 10. We'll get you to 7%. We'll get you to 8% body fat. Okay, how about that? Where can we find you online, by the way? At
JC Lee MD on YouTube, or at JC Lee MD Instagram.
Okay. Just so YouTube,
Instagram. MD. Yeah.
LinkedIn maybe for.
I think I am on LinkedIn. I have not updated that in like aeons. So,
okay. Just in case there's anyone that wants to go into your field over there. I want to ask some questions.
That would be so cool.
Look at you inspiring the next generation.
Oh my God. Yes.
You know, remember what that person said. You know, don't quit acting. Wait, was it quit? Oh yeah,
you should quit acting.
Yeah.
You should really quit acting.
Don't quit acting.
You should quit. You should think about quitting your day job because you're good at acting. Which I was like, oh, you didn't have to tell me that.
Yeah, I guess that's a compliment.
I guess it's a compliment.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, this is my all extra flowers to you. So grateful to have you on the Patty Show. We usually like to end the Patty Show with a bow and an arigato because we're so thankful for everybody. But yeah, you can find us at Patty Show Podcast, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, pattysatiati.com/podcast, pattyshow.podbean.com for the other website, and of course, if you're looking for 5am Fitness, Patty Satiati Fitness on TikTok, Instagram, and all that. See, look at that. We're getting him to road to 7%. I can promise 7%. 6% might be tough because that's like stage lean. Well, 7% is already stage lean. We'll talk after. But let's end with an arigato on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Arigato.
Woohoo!
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySatiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.